Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National Timely Action Hour. This is the show where we talk about everything from comic books to action figures and everything in between. My name is Aidan, and I hope that you're doing well today. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a review of the Spectacular Spider-Man number 220. Now, this is a book that I bought at Toronto Fan Expo 2025 for, I believe, $5 or $10, somewhere within that range. But it was a reasonably priced comic, and I liked the cover. And that's mainly why I bought it, because this came during one of my least favorite eras, the 1990s, specifically the Clone Saga era. But, you know, like I said, reasonably priced, cool cover, and it has a second cover that is like a flip. You flip it over, and when you flip it to this side, it includes an excerpt from a novel starring Spider-Man, but I'm not going to talk about that. But it's well written, and it was written by David Michelinie. This issue was written by Tom DeFalco, and it was drawn by Sal Buscema and Bill Sienkiewicz, and the letters were done by Glenn Robbins, colors by John Callis. And I really enjoyed this story, so spoilers going into it, but suffice it to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being horrible and 10 being amazing, say that again, I'd have to give this story a 9 out of 10. It was very well written, and the artwork is gorgeous. I love the lettering and colors. Everything about this is very well done. It's just, I can't give it a perfect 10 because of the era that it is in, and some of the subplots are related to that. But basically, picking up, this is part 2 of the story arc Web of Death, and the subtitle is A Time to Live. Now, essentially what happens is, in the previous issue, Dr. Octopus, one of Spider-Man's longest foes, and one could argue his arch nemesis, although a better argument could be made for the Green Goblin, but he's dead at this point. Check out my review of The Night Gwen Stacy Died for more information on that. But basically, Dr. Octopus in the previous issue had learned that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, and he is trying to cure Spider-Man of this disease that he has coursing through him for the last year or whatever, because of the pathos of him being Spider-Man's arch nemesis. The pathos is, I need you to complete me, to make me better, because I'm a crazy person, obviously, because I'm a guy who thought, oh, you know, let me just mess with this nuclear materials. Oh, no, now these arms are grafted to my spine, and I was using those to, mess with the isotopes. But I'm a crazy person now, because I want to save my arch nemesis. And we get the inner monologue. Most of this story is inner monologue, and it's, like I said, very well written. And we also meet Doc Ock's girlfriend, Stunner, although she was introduced in the previous issue. And she's this beautiful blonde woman with super strength. And there's this hilarious moment, well, not really hilarious, but I chuckled, moment where Spider-Man is injected with the cure. Otto's like, I don't have time to test this, so I'm just going to use it. So he injects it into the IV, goes in his bloodstream, and Spider-Man's like, ah! And here's a moment where Otto tries to call Peter's Aunt May to let her know, hey, you know, your nephew's dying. But Anna Watson Mary Jane's aunt picks up the phone because she's getting clothes from Aunt May, who's in the hospital because she had a stroke. And again, I don't like the subplots from the Clone Saga, but you know, these are the stories. But anyway, so he injects it into the IV. Peter starts freaking out because of all the adrenaline, and he backhands Stunner. We also get Mary Jane at May's bedside, and obviously this is during the 90s, so this is when she and Peter were married. And the people writing Spider-Man were like, how do we get these people divorced without actually having to go through a divorce? Because they're insane and I hate them.
Hate, let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387 million miles of printed circuits that fill my complex. If the word hate were engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal one billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instant. Hate.
Yeah, so Peter recovers, but then, as we learn shortly thereafter, he's not fully recovered, and Kane, who is this stupid character, is watching him and Mary Jane, and I don't want to get into that. But Peter goes home and he showers and he's like, oh, that feels good to, you know, clean myself up. And Mary Jane gets home. We get some dramatic narration, and they make love, and Peter is going to tell her that he's still dying, and Mary Jane is like, well, face it, Tiger, you're going to be a dad because I'm pregnant. And that's the end of the story. And like I said, definitely recommend that you read this for yourself to form your own opinion, but I really enjoyed it. But then I don't really want to get into what happens to the pregnancy, because that would just make me very furious that I had to relive that. But unfortunately it does not end well, and maybe someday I'll get into that. That's all I have for you today on this video for the National Timely Action Hour. Once again, my name is Aidan, and I would like to sincerely thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you're new to my show and want to check out more videos like this, then please subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when I post new videos. If you enjoyed this video, then please click the like button. Or if you didn't like it, then you can hit the dislike button. I understand if you would feel the need to do that. And if you're on your mobile device, like your cell phone or tablet, then please click the hype button, which is a new feature that I'm figuring out. Please leave a comment suggesting any future videos you'd like to see, or just giving me any constructive criticisms. And in the description of this video, I'll leave the link to my podcast, so if you'd like to listen to me yap about comic books but don't have time to watch a full video, then please consider subscribing there and sharing that with your friends. And I will also leave links to my social media profiles. I have accounts on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and Discord, so if you'd like to send me a message or just stay up to date with news about my channel, consider clicking on those links and following me on those websites. And I will also leave the link to my Patreon page and merch store, so if you'd like to support this show financially, I would greatly appreciate that. On my Teespring store, you can buy a t-shirt or a coffee mug, long sleeve shirt or a sweater with my channel's logo on it and some funny quotes. And on Patreon, you can get early access to videos and episodes of my podcast, as well as getting Patreon exclusive content and getting access to my original writing projects. For example, I have a Doctor Who fan script that I posted on there, as well as poetry that I've written. But thank you for your support, and thank you once again for watching my video, and I sincerely hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye.